Hello everyone, Minute Plus Meditation here, Friday, August the 4th. It's the feast of Saint Jean-Marie Vianney, one of the greatest confessors in the church and actually the patron saint of confessors. And there's, so much that could be said about Jean-Marie Vianney. For priests, to have a great love for the sacrament of penance, not only that we should go to confession often, but be disposed to hearing people's confessions and prepare well to be a good confessor, which means study formation, especially moral theology and so on, but just even having the heart of a pastor, the heart of a real spiritual father. For laity, to accessing the sacrament of penance, going to confession often. Jean-Marie Vianney, was one of the famous stories related to him, was the devil spoke through somebody to him and said, if there were 3 or 4 of you, my kingdom would be destroyed. So, which if the devil was speaking the truth in that case, and he might have been forced to speak the truth about Jean-Marie, then it shows how far we have to go and how powerful goodness is, how powerful one saint is against the forces of evil, against Satan himself. Okay, so now yesterday I said Leviticus wasn't read much. Well, it's read the next 2 days, but overall it is read very, very, very little. But for these next 2 days, it is the first reading. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, these are the appointed festivals of the Lord, the holy convocations which you shall celebrate at the time appointed for them. And then God goes on to, again, he's teaching Moses, he's teaching the people through the ministry of Moses, in this case, what festivals are to be celebrated by the people. So God is the head of the liturgy committee, to use a modern example. God is clearly the head of the liturgy committee. This is not a consensus. This is not a democracy. This is, imperial monarchy, but a loving monarchy. God is king, he's father, and he has no rivals, no fellow committee members, as it were. God is telling us, teaching us, commanding us how to do the liturgy, telling the people through Moses, and he tells us through the church how to conduct sacred liturgy. So important for us to remember. So Leviticus, can be really a really difficult book for most of us to read. It's difficult for me to read. Just try to remember that Leviticus comes into play because of the sin at Horeb, because they basically committed the great second original sin by worshiping the golden calf and casting away their royal priesthood. And then the laws come up. So the laws are meant to help them. They are a punishment, but they're also meant to help them sort of regain ground and cultivate a deep love for God and also a deep sense of God's holiness. Okay, over to the Gospel, Matthew chapter 13. Jesus came to his hometown and began to teach the people in their synagogue, so that they were astounded and said, where did the man get all this wisdom and these deeds of power? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary? And they took offense at him. So this is a classic case of envy, jealousy, but more than jealousy, it's envy, because in this case they don't destroy him yet, but they want, like, who the heck are you? You are the local boy. You have no right to be teaching these wonderful, beautiful things. Why? Because we can't do them? It's a terrible case of, refusing to hear, in this case, refusing to hear what Jesus is teaching and take it, at its face value, see what he's actually saying. And because they get their back up, because their jealousy and envy kick in, they kind of both are working or playing together at the same time here, they simply refuse, they write him off, they refuse to listen to him. But this can happen with you and me as well. We can become so jealous of others, and in some cases envious, so we actually seek to destroy what we cannot possess because of our own human sinfulness, our own issues, to use a psychological term. This is something we need to be on guard about and celebrate and be thankful if somebody is recognized for wisdom or for a gift or a talent or a skill set they have. And even though it may be hard for us, immediately counteract any vicious tentacles of jealousy or envy by giving thanks to God and sincerely giving thanks to God and nailing any envy or jealousy to the cross. And, if it's in our purview to help that person, do so as much as we can. But always give thanks for what somebody else has received and really pray for them, because they will be judged on how they use what they have been given. God bless you.